2024 was a record year for elections, and many incumbents were ousted. Even in places where headline economic indicators reflected recovery or enviable growth, voters were not impressed. As World War II drew to a close, the US military examined the effectiveness of dropping nearly 2.7 million tons of Allied bombs on German cities. The surveys revealed a curious detail: productivity in these places often increased despite the destruction. With restaurants, shops, and cafes obliterated, there were few diversions outside of factory work. Differences between headline economic statistics and the ways in which economies are actually experienced can be stark. This record year for democracy made clear that even a slight disconnect can contribute to surprising political results. Most of the countries that held national elections in 2024 haven't been pulverized by bombs, yet voters felt their own sort of trauma. Voters in 2023 also didn't seem interested in the official now, but rather on recent experiences and future fears. Relatively healthy official GDP growth and unemployment rates in New Zealand were paired with a decisive loss for the incumbent party. Governments had spent a lot of money during the pandemic to protect people, contributing to inflation. On the eve of the US presidential election, headline inflation had been reduced, but higher interest rates made purchases difficult. Similar dynamics played out globally, with voters experiencing economic inequality worse than the parents' generation. Political promises of a return to better times gained luster amidst economic insecurity. Experts have tried to come up with better measures of voters' day-to-day economic experience for decades. The Misery Index was created by adding together a country's headline inflation rate and rate of unemployment. Misery can mean more than a high cost of living, as seen in the Czech Republic during the energy crisis and refugee influx. Economic insecurity can open the door to populist messaging about unpleasant but necessary actions. Productivity can mean almost everything for an economy, or less than nothing. The increased wartime productivity in a battered Germany mostly focused on making weapons, qualifying as bad productivity. Dislocation from traditional economic indicators is just one thing that can make voters unpredictable.